Hello and welcome to Twist Grip Tales at Goma, right here in Brisbane. Here we are in the dirt bike motocross section called the Canyon. And riding up the wall of the canyon back in the 1920s in the US of A were motorcycles just like this. This is an Indian, 45 cubic inch. Most of the motorcycles made in the USA back in those days, in the 1920s, 1930s, were side valves, even F-heads. And if you're watching Twist Grip Tales, you'll know all about F-heads. If not, go back and have a look at one of the other sessions. This isn't. This is a fair income race bike made not so much for the street, but for hill climb racing, because it's climbing this here hill. It's an overhead valve. And some of these were tuned up, running on alcohol, to 60 horsepower. These were fair income fire-breathing monsters ridden by guys and a few gals that really knew how to ride. Now, you'll notice some of the tuning techniques we've got here to achieve this sort of performance. We've got chains to get maximum traction up these hills. We've got exhaust pipes. No exhaust pipes. That's just to stop the rider's pants from catching on fire and to get the gas out. These made a hell of a noise. And the overhead valves, the seats, no point standing on these seats. And this one, most of these machines not only had, this one's got footboards, but most of these racing hill climbers had foot pegs down the back so that when they're climbing up a steep incline, they could maintain their body weight over the front wheel, stop them flipping over backwards. These have a very small racing tank because climbing up a hill you don't need much petrol or alcohol in the tank, and there wasn't much sitting down being done because, like I say, they want to get all of their body weight over the front wheel to stop it flipping over backwards. Hill climbing, a huge sport in the USA, and what a wonderful example, a pristine example, unmolested, unrestored, just cleaned. And you don't have many of these today. Fortunately, this exhibition has a few examples of these ancient beasts in their original unrestored condition. And that's great to see how everything was put together in the good old days. Now let's move on to some of the more modern motocross bikes. Further down the canyon here at Goma, we have some of the British bikes. This one British bike anyway, a Matchless. At this stage, they were part of the AJS Matchless AMC conglomerate, and Matchless made machines for motocross, anything grass track racing, and all those sorts of off-road competitions. Both very successful in the UK, all the way around the UK, in Europe, and even across to America. Some of these late models, 500 and 600cc models, were shipped to America in not so many numbers, in the hundreds, not in the thousands so much, but very, very competition orientated, stripped right down, alloy guards, lightweight alloy guards, free-flowing exhaust. This one's got a modified oil tank back here, and all alloy engine, typical of the late 60s, one of the later generation of the Matchless competition machines. And of course, similar machines to this were made by BSA, AJS, sister engine to these, and Ariel, Triumph. In the earlier days, you had Douglas and many other competition machines. And of course, if you wanted to take a machine out of Speedway and put it onto motocross, you were talking JAP. Another great British brand of go-fast machines, very lightweight, very powerful. But what a great example, fully restored, beautifully restored, aluminium tank, fit to race. You want to go fast in the 60s, this is the sort of machine that you're going to be mounted on. Matchless. The British and Americans weren't the only ones going fast on the dirts. In Spain, Bultaco was doing some amazing things, and this is a very interesting bike. He founded the company called Bultaco out of Montesa, and this machine is a trials bike. It sort of started the whole revolution. Now, at the time, the big British thumpers were ruling the roost, and Bultaco thought they had something worth selling. And so what they did was they took the world's best trials man, Sammy Miller, that great Irish, he was like a superhero. He was a superhero on that great big thumping aerial GOV 132, good mate of Alton's. And they invited him down to Spain, and they said, here's a little two-stroke 250, you're used to riding your 500 aerial. Why don't we put you through a trials course in Spain? You bring your aerial, go through on that, and then have a ride in our little Bultaco. And that's what they did for a week or two. You'd ride the aerial, get onto the little two-stroke 250 Bultaco, and at the end of every single day, they would take that little Bultaco back with Sammy's suggestions on what should be done to make it a better ride, and the rest is history. At the end of that 2 weeks, Bultaco had a machine that was better than GOV 132, that great big aerial, and Sammy started riding for Bultaco. Two strokes took over the world, and this is history. This Bultaco is Bultaco #1, the Sammy Miller Special. What a great piece of history right here at Goma.